At 3, President Tinubu's chef poison plot. Bayo Nanuga dismisses viral video as fabricated. Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Wike receives Senator Barry Mpiggy's remains at Abuja Airport. Plus, Independent National Electoral Commission pledges glitch-free results transmission in 2027 elections. Good to have you join us on the news at 3. Welcome. My name is Ibigoni Kalyu. River State, treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. River State government has assured the senator representing Rivers West Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Senator Ipalabo Harry Banigo, of its full support in our efforts to advance women's leadership and promote sustainable development. Governor Siminala Ifobara gave assurance during induction and decoration of Senator Banigo as life patroness of the African Women in Leadership Organization, the unveiling of AWLO's 2026 magazine, and the relaunch of River State chapter of the organization, which was held in Port Harcourt. Represented by his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odo, Governor Fobara described the honor as a testament to Senator Banigo's enduring commitment to public service, exemplary leadership, and WOWO Global Board Chairperson Joel Howard Taylor, former Vice President of Liberia. River State Deputy Governor Professor Ngozi Odo says the introduction of the newborn screening program at the River State University Teaching Hospital is a proactive step towards reducing infant mortality and improving child health outcomes in the state. Professor Odo made this known during the launch of the newborn screening program at the River State University Teaching Hospital in Port Harcourt. She explained that newborn screening is a simple but powerful medical intervention that enables the early detection of certain genetic, metabolic, hormonal, and congenital disorders before symptoms appear. Namdi Olimini reports.
Delivery, promoting preventive medicine, and ensuring that every child born in our facility is given the healthiest possible start in life. The Deputy Governor noted that the state government's budgetary allocation to the health sector in 2025 was substantial. She added that the governor believes healthcare directly impacts the citizenry, especially the less privileged, which underscores his strong support for the River State Contributory Health Protection Program. Professor Odo emphasized that the newborn screening program is not just a medical service, but an investment in the future of the state children and the prosperity of society. She commended the Chief Medical Director, Management and Medical Team of the River State University Teaching Hospital for the laudable initiative.
Early detection means intervention and treatment which saves lives, prevents disabilities, and gives every child the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to thrive to their fullest potential. Through this program, we are taking proactive steps towards reducing infant mortality and morbidity in our state and improving overall child health outcomes. This initiative reflects our collective commitment to strengthening healthcare delivery, promoting preventive medicine, and ensuring that every born child in our facility is given the healthiest possible start in life.
Chairman of the River State University Teaching Hospital Management Board, Dr. Samson Parker, commended the Chief Medical Director and his team for their dedication and called for increased support from the state government. Also speaking, the Chief Medical Director of River State University Teaching Hospital, Professor Chizindo Aleko, stated that the well-being of every newborn is a critical component in reducing neonatal and under 5 mortality.
Well-being of every child born into this world is a critical component in determining neonatal and even under 5 mortality. Here at the River State University Teaching Hospital, we have, over the last couple of months, intentionally put together a full package for the purpose of screening newborns born in this hospital, born in Rivers State and environ, as part of health for all Rivers people.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
State government has expressed appreciation to Monipulo Petroleum Development Limited for its sustained contributions to the development of the state. Deputy Governor Professor Ngozi Odo made this during the 12th annual corporate praise of Monipulo Petroleum Development Limited held at the Chapel of God International Worship Center, Forces Avenue, Old GRA, Port Harcourt. In Nnamdi Olimini.
Professor Odu commended the organization for upholding ethical and spiritual values, noting that its consistent culture of gratitude to God for his faithfulness over the years has set an inspiring example for other corporate organizations across the country. Professor Odu stated that 12 years of consistent dedication to God, excellence in service, and contribution to the growth of our dear state is indeed a remarkable milestone and a testament to divine faithfulness, visionary leadership, resilience, and corporate responsibility. While commending the chairman and chief executive officer of the company, Dr. Siene Lulu Briggs, for setting a commendable leadership model for other organizations, she prayed that Almighty God would grant her sustained growth, greater achievements, and continued impactful service.
12 years of consistent dedication to God, excellence in service, and contribution to the growth of our dear state is indeed a remarkable milestone. This celebration is not only a testament of divine faithfulness, but also to visionary leadership, resilience, and corporate responsibility within the oil and gas sector. There is no way God will not bless an organization like Monipulo. Monipulo carries out free treatment, Monipulo donates, Monipulo does so many and many things that touches the lives of the very needy people.
For the beauty of the chairman and chief executive officer of Monipulo Petroleum Development Limited, Dr. Siene Lulu Briggs, expressed gratitude to God for sustaining the company through years of growth, challenges, and milestones.
Every year, in commemoration of that great event on the 28th of February. What a glorious moment that was. And what a faithful God we serve, because here we are, yet again, just as we have gathered on this date every year since, for a day of thanksgiving and corporate praise.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Break beckons, but just before we do that, River State, treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. Cyprus President Nikos Christodoulou confirms an Iranian drone crashes into British Royal Air Force Base in Cyprus. Details of this and more in just a moment.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Leading Fast Live Career Festival with the Bodless Empowering Talents to compete, create, and collaborate globally. has ended with a charge for unemployed youths, especially job seekers, to partner the global community to enhance their career. Team lead Fast Live Richard Okease gave the charge while declaring day two of the event open at the center in Port Harcourt. Melvin Jackson reports that the High Impact Career Growth Platform is aimed at addressing unemployment, skills gaps, and limited access to opportunities among youths, students, and professionals.
Okiasi, who enumerated the Career Development and Employment Focus Program, said the event aligns with national and state development goals, promotes employability, youth empowerment, and workforce development. He urged unemployed youth to focus their energies and talents to useful ventures, adopt the mindset to making a difference instead of putting money first, so that they can make progress in life.
Initially, when we had this dream to do this, first question was, could something like this work in Port Harcourt? Every one of you here is a testament of the validity of that dream.
Keynote speakers Aja Excel and Catherine Kadiri said youths need to create their opportunities instead of waiting for opportunity to come. They hinted that curiosity brings about opportunity, noting that when youth develops the right mindset, gets the right connection, which is strength, and cultural intelligence that matters, while consistency in branding brings credibility.
It is better you have the substance before the branding. Am I communicating?
This conversation is going to change someone's life.
Build competence before confidence. Competence, very key, because confidence then amplifies your opportunity.
Also speaking, President, Port Harcourt Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, FASIMA, Dr. Chinyere Nwoga, represented by Chairman of the Chamber, Emeka Ezekwe, highlighted 4 P's of preparation, purpose, proximity, and persistence, which he said youths must embrace if they must succeed. According to the President, FASIMA is committed to partner Fast Hire to address the critical need for sustainable employment in the state, adding that they are not just hosting a job fair, but building a bridge between talented, motivated, and forward-thinking employers.
A lot of people have a lot that they can offer, and then they are not known, they are not visible, and so on and so forth. So the chamber takes this kind of platform very, very seriously. That is why we are doing all we can, to sensitize people. Opportunities these days come disguised. You need to be interested in what you can offer, those values, those resources that you think you have.
Beneficiaries and some collaborators also added their voices.
I'm overwhelmed being here, like the connection, the speakers, the people, like the nugget that they have been dropping is really, really nice and amazing.
It's been amazing. It's still on, so we just finished the Fast Hire where we were interviewed, and luckily I got a job.
This is an important thing for every youth. I think if the youths are employed, they will do much better, they will live a comfortable life.
There was panel discussion session on career positioning strategy, guidance and counseling, as well as interviews on employment opportunities. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
The presidency has described as a false, a viral video alleging that the chef attached to the presidential villa was arrested over a plot to poison President Bola Tinubu. The video, which circulated widely on social media over the weekend, claimed that security operatives had arrested a member of the presidential kitchen staff following intelligence reports of suspicious activities related to food preparation within restricted areas of the villa. It further alleged that a special police squad was deployed and security tightened around the presidential environment after what it described as credible threats to the president's safety. According to the report, the unnamed staff member was taken into custody for questioning while security agencies examined evidence linked to an alleged poisoning attempt. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, dismissed the video as fake news, stressing that the story was entirely fabricated and should be disregarded. He urged members of the public to rely on official communications for verified information and warned against spreading unsubstantiated reports capable of causing unnecessary panic. The Minister of Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Nyesom Wike has received the body of late Senator representing Rivers Southeast Barinada Mpigi at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, marking the return of the senator's remains from London. Minister Wike, who arrived at the airport around 5:30 a.m., was joined by several prominent figures to welcome the late senator's wife, Patricia Obiageri Mpigi, and their children. Among those present at the airport were the factional chairman of the People's Democratic Party Board of Trustees, Mao Ohabowam, Senators Philip Aduda, Magnus Abe, Allwell Nyeso, and Olaka Nwogu. Others were House of Representatives Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda, River State Coordinator of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors, Ambassador Desmond Akao, and the APC National Vice Chairman South South, Victor Giadam, among other dignitaries. Minister Wike had traveled to London earlier in the week to offer condolences to the bereaved family and oversee arrangements for the repatriation of the senator's remains. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has pledged that the technical setbacks that disrupted electronic transmission of results during the 2023 general election will not reoccur in 2027. Speaking at a citizens' town hall on the Electoral Act 2026 held in Abuja, INEC Chairman Joash Amopitan said the Commission has addressed the system failures that prevented real-time uploading of polling unit results to the INEC result viewing portal during the last presidential election. Amopitan acknowledged that while the bimodal voter accreditation system had been deployed in several off-cycle governorship results prior to 2023, the nationwide scale of the presidential pool revealed weaknesses in system stress testing across the states. He explained that INEC has since strengthened its preparations and conducted more rigorous testing to prevent a repeat of the earlier disruptions, addressing concerns over legal provisions that permit alternative methods of precautionary measures rather than indications of anticipated system breakdown, while reaffirming the Commission's commitment to credible and transparent elections. Amupitan assured Nigerians that INEC is working towards a significantly improved electoral process in 2027. On the foreign scene, Cyprus President Nikos Christodoulis says an Iranian drone has crashed into a British Royal Air Force. Iranian drone has crashed into a British Royal Air Force base in Cyprus. The UK's Ministry of Defence says no casualties were reported and the base sustained minimal damage, but family members will be moved to alternatives as a precautionary measure. The incident at Raf Akrotiri took place at around midnight local time. It comes after Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said UK had agreed to a US request to use British military bases for defensive strikes. The Sovereign Base Areas Administration confirmed that it was planning the temporary dispersal of non-essential personnel from the Royal Air Force Akpotiri Station. River State, treasure base of the nation, let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. Thanks for watching. The news at 3. There'll be more reports at 7:30. Join us then.
Rstv, bringing you the news as it is.